next card uses a pretty peacock base. And then we've got a crumb cake layer. That's 4 by 5 1/4. Early espresso, 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to take the large maple leaf. I keep wanting to call this an oak leaf, but it's a maple leaf. I'm going to stamp that right here in Early Espresso ink. And then again, right down here. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. All right, we are going to add this layer to our crumb cake layer. And then our card front. Those are stunning colors together. Then I have a 1 by 5 1/2 inch strip of the Designer Series paper. One thing you want to be careful of is when you're using all this Designer Series paper, make sure you don't put your pumpkins on here upside down. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did that on a card recently, and I didn't even realize it until I was all done with it that my pumpkins were upside down. So definitely want to pay attention to that. Now this goes from the top to the bottom of the card front. Then we have all these smaller layers. This one is 3 by 3, and this piece of Designer Series paper you're going to need to cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I just recommend that you go through the written instructions where all the dimensions are and get all your layers cut and ready to roll before you start making these. It'll just be a lot easier. We're going to use dimensionals for this layer. We're going to put this right up here in the middle of our card. Then we've got crumb cake, and we need crumb cake ink. We're going to stamp tone on tone with these pumpkins, just like that. I'm going to die cut those. You're going to have this circle, stitch shaped circle. If you didn't get the pre-cut card pack, this is about 1 7/8 inch round. I'm going to use the sentiment in pretty peacock ink and stamp that right in the middle on this layer. I'm going to die cut these. And I also die cut an Early Espresso maple leaf. Ooh, and I need a blue one. Once again, gravitated to the floor. I think my sleeves on my shirt keep pulling stuff off my desk and moving it onto the floor. It's like, holy cow. Okay, we're going to add this one right here. This one is going to go right up here in this corner. We're going to put this on dimensionals. 2, 3. Get that out of the way. And that's going to go right in here. And this is, let's get it centered. You want to center this circle on the square. Then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of my pumpkins. And notice I'm only putting it on the back of that shorter pumpkin over here because we don't want it to interfere with this layer that's already popped up on dimensionals. And then I wanted to grab one of these feather elements, and I'm going to use one of the white ones here. I hope you got these. These are so fun. And they're really very low profile, so I don't anticipate any mailing problems. As long as you put a quarter sheet of some scrap cardstock over the top of your cards, I don't think you're going to have any trouble with additional postage. Now, I'm just going to put a mini glue dot right behind that feather and put that in right over here. There we go. Wow, cool, right? Okay, let's get started on the next card.